Hi guys. Just tried to scan this thing here because I'm sending so wet. I had to scan these parcels for my friend because she's in bed, she's not feeling well. I don't blame her with this bloody weather. I only went to get a tin of baked beans, but then I saw in the review section lots of goodies. So some veggies and stuff, and some berries. So they were cheap price. So I got them, and then I went to deliver these parcels, but you can't because they're all smudged. Because she prints out the labels. You print out the labels, and then you stick it on the whatever. Stick it on the parcel. But then I didn't realise it's raining so much. As I ran to scan it, and there's a locker place outside the co-op. It's slightly smudged, and it won't take it. Sometimes that locker thing, that scanning thing, doesn't work anyway, or the buttons don't work, or maybe sometimes they're full. But when I went to scan, it's actually the barcode is actually smudged, so that's probably it. I didn't realise that just that short trip run into the locker is going to smudge the barcode. So going back home now, I'm going to have to make another trip later on. So she's going to have to make another sticker or another, what do you call it? Another label. I'm going to have to go out again in this rain. I don't mind. I'm feeling well, don't know, I'm not sneezing or anything. Oh, you bastard, sorry. Sorry, that car made me brake hard. And now this is, I need to get a new suction cup or whatever it's called. It's falling. See, now sometimes you guys think, why are you all the way, facing upwards? Because at least the bottom part of the mobile phone is resting on the dashboard, whatever it's called. Okay, yeah, that's it. So I've arrived. Trousers all wet, and I still haven't sent this parcel. Does that ever happen to you? I went to the co-op. The co-op is bloody expensive. I thought the co-op was cheap. But in this area, it seems to be really expensive. What was I going to say? You go in to buy one thing, you forget that thing, and you end up buying lots of other stuff. And I was at the cashier at the counter, and I said, all I came for is beans. And then I thought, I remember I was supposed to get the beans. That's all I came out for, and to do those parcels. So she said, yeah, just round the corner. Luckily, it's raining, and it's people getting drenched and wet. They don't want to go outside, so there wasn't not many people inside the co-op. As you can tell, I'm not a morning person. I'm still half awake, half asleep. Some people are morning people, and some people are night people, night owls. I tend to be more active. My brain is more active in the evening than in the morning now. This is my worst time. I'm trying to force myself to talk. But no, actually, that's wrong. In the morning, I do have like a surge of energy, and I do want to talk. I have that little surge, but I tend to be. I don't know if I can explain myself. I'm good at thinking in the evening, thinking stuff, and I think it's because that's the time when you're alone. Usually, if you live as part of a family, that's the time that you're alone. Everyone goes to sleep, and you've got that little quiet time on your own. You can watch some TV. It's usually and within a short space of time, you're going to sleep. It's all nice and cozy. It's not like the morning. Because someone might say, well, wake up early in the morning at 3 a.m. You got loads of time. It's a different vibe, because waking up early in the morning, you can be more productive. If you wake up early in the morning, like 4 o'clock, let's say, and your family wakes up at, I don't know, 6 or 7 or whatever, yeah, you've got a few hours. But after the 1 or 2 hours where you're brainstorming or you're doing something, then you have to fucking go to work, or then you have to take the stress of other people waking up, the school run or whatever, going to work, it's a different vibe. So at night time, you can be brainstorming, having a nice cup of tea or Horlicks or whatever you have, hot chocolate. You can brainstorm, and it's nice and dark. It's like you're in a cocoon, and then you can go to sleep. But in the morning, there's not that cocoon kind of thing. And basically, the energy is rising, and so your cortisol levels are should be high in the morning. So your stress hormones rise in the morning to wake you up. And if you don't eat, you start getting that hangry feeling, a mixture of hungry and angry, because you're running off stress hormones. And that's what seems to what used to happen to me when I was on really low carb or carnivore. Basically, you're wired because your brain, your body's saying, I want food, and I'm going to make you angry so you can go and get food, go and hunt for food, go and kill something. So, I don't know. You see, I don't feel so wired now, because last night I had carbohydrates, so my body is still running off carbohydrate, glycogen in the liver. But if I didn't have much carbohydrates this morning, I'd be all wired up, all nervous, all like adrenaline, cortisol kind of vibe running off those. It's not really a fuel, it's a stress hormone telling you to quick go out, you're dying, go out and buy the most energy dense stuff, chocolate, meat, anything. Yeah, so yeah, that's my trip to the shops today. Bloody drenched. I'm gonna go back in, and I'm gonna start doing my new videos. The new videos involve me playing with toys or props. So I'm talking about philosophy and the things that I'm interested in anyway. And basically, you're thinking this is going to be either funny, cringe, weird, or yeah, I want to make it weird. I want to make it different. A grown man playing with toys and talking about explaining via the toys certain philosophy, For example, Gnosticism. Do you guys know what Gnosticism is? I'll talk about some controversial subjects as well. No, not those subjects. But for example, our Jesus. I was writing down yesterday, but I didn't really finish it. I was writing down something like the script of a video. What can I write down? And something like my mother and father, especially my mother. She used to pray to Jesus, go to church, and she's a believer. She's faithful. But I was just in the not the letter, in the script, in the piece of paper, I wrote, what if the Bible that my mother and family members and many Christians, not only Italian ones, all over the world, what if that Bible and those teachings aren't the right teachings? What if the God that we pray to isn't the God that we think He is? He, she, it is. What if Jesus didn't want to teach us what they actually teach us in the Bible? I mean, what if Jesus's actual teachings are not those of the Bible? So I was talking about the 66 books of the Bible, and because of empire, certain emperors or certain people took out various books that were found. They're called the Nag Hammadi. The 22, I think it's 22 books. So I think the 66 books should have been 22, but certain books were taken out because they weren't convenient to the leaders at the time. And so the leaders at the time, I think it's Constantine, was the emperor. He had them taken out. Now, could it be because the religion of the time, they were the superpower, they were like the government, and they wanted to keep control? If they allowed certain information that's written in the 22 books to be disseminated, then they would lose that hold on power. So what do those 22 books say? Well, that's what I want to talk about. So basically, if Jesus teaches that salvation or God is found within, then basically it divorces the church from the people, and the church has no power, loses its power as the intercessor, as the middleman. You need the middleman. Go to church, pay your tithing or whatever it's called, to the church, to the priest, all these holy. I mean, some priests, churches are good, but you get all these churches now being political, saying, "Oh, we have to glorify Israel." You should shut up and not talk about Israel, and just be try and help everyone, like Israelis and Palestinians. Just say no. I thought the Christians were supposed to be like, there's a saying in the Bible: blessed are the peacemakers. Like, how about making peace? How about not wanting any war? But anyway, yeah, now the state of Christianity it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. So if Jesus came back down to earth and he saw the state of Christianity, what is taught in his name, he would be appalled. The emphasis is on Paul, right? Paul. That's a clue. That's a secret. See, what Paul disseminated or taught was different to what Jesus Christ taught. So with Jesus, the emphasis is on you. The kingdom of heaven is within. But with Paul, the emphasis is on like the way you save yourself is through Jesus, through this person, and through, you know, like the resurrection and everything like that. But I think I don't know, it's really complicated, but people say that Paul was a political figure, and he tried to save his people, you know, the Jews, because Paul is a Jew, and he converted, became a Christian, or, you know, this new religion. You see, Jesus is actually not a Christian. He didn't create Christianity. It's Paul that invented and created Christianity based on what people said about Jesus and, you know, whatever. But Jesus did not create Christianity. That's what. There's a religion about Jesus plus other stuff. But Jesus' teachings are slightly different to Paul. So, you know, you have to go back to the horse's mouth, as they say. What did Jesus actually say? And so, you know, I've often thought, why are these books were taken out? You know, we should actually look at what these books say. What did, you know, the Gnostic Gospels or whatever, the Nag Hammadi. So that's what I want to talk about. And also, you have to think that well, there's very controversial kind of concept or ideas that our God is not the real God, and in fact is an imposter, and pulls you away from the real God, which Jesus tries to explain, tries to send you towards the real God. And that spark within you, basically each of us have access to the real God, but the imposter and his legion of demons or whatever, spirits, they try to pull you away. So basically, Paul and all the other guys and God himself, but not the real God. And so it gets complicated. Try to pull you away. Like, salvation is out there, the God out there, the church out there, where Jesus teaches us that salvation is in here, God inside, the kingdom of heaven is within, and this is where salvation is. Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Anyway, so I'll be doing videos like that, but also videos about my life and what I'm learning, what I've learned so far, and maybe talk about things that maybe people don't want to talk about. So I don't know. So today I should get some equipment. I'll get what is it? It's called a boom arm, which is a tripod, and then you've got a boom arm is like an extension, and then you can put your mobile in there, so I can put it onto my desk, and I can, you know, gesture and play with the toys, and then make a video that way. So we'll see how that goes, and yeah, see you in the next video. What a lovely, wonderful day. I went into the post office and dropped off one parcel, and the bloke in front was an older guy. He was talking to the small Asian woman. He was saying, "What a miserable day! Such a miserable day! Look at it outside, raining. It's so bloody miserable, this guy." And so he left, He goes, "Ma, I hope the day goes well for you, love, but, you know, what can you do on this day? It has to be bad," or something. He was so fucking miserable. So as soon as he left, I went to the lady and I said, "What a wonderful day." "What a beautiful day it is outside." She started laughing. She said, "Why is it beautiful?" "Well, it may not be nice, but your smile has lit up the whole room," or something like that. She just... Now I know why she doesn't laugh, because she's got big gaps between her teeth. She was like, So, so I left, right? So at least she was happy. Like, you bring some sunshine into someone's life. So I went into the co-op, and I quickly went for the reduced section, and he was there, this guy, and he goes, "Oh, look at it. This you can buy this in Morrison's for £1. Look at it, £2 here, and it's reduced." And then he goes, I was just trying to be friendly with him, and I was just saying, "What are you looking for? Anything that's cheap?" You know, just... I asked the question and I answered just as a joke. He goes, "Oh, anything that's good to eat." I said, "There's loads of stuff." It was like jam-packed full of stuff like meat at the bottom, veggies on the top, berries, you know, kind of 3/4 of like 25% off. It's not so bad. Like 30% off, something like that. He goes, "There's nothing here. Look at it. So expensive." The guy was a fucking walking black cloud. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he was walking away and I saw a black cloud over his head. Everything was fucking miserable. Fucking hell. It's good to see people like that, because then you think, shit, because sometimes that's like a mirror of what you are, because I am like that. But when I see someone worse than me, then I think, okay, let me do the opposite, you know, and try and smile, and I'm not going to complain about the weather. It's fucking raining, so what? The good part is my car was like fucking dirty. Now it's clean. Yeah, it's not funny because I have to bear the elements. Is it brace the elements? Bear the elements? I don't know. I have to fucking speak English anymore. Join the club. All right. What do you mean join the club? I mean, like any migrants like watching this program. Yeah. It's nice. I think I'm gonna have to swim home. The problem is, I bought too much food. I don't have a bag. I'm gonna have to put it underneath here. Alright, speak to you guys in another video. But you got people just watching this for the first time saying, "What the fuck did I watch?" Alright, bye.